The G-Wade Podcast with Deacon Dirty.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy G-Wade holding it down, G-Wade Podcast, and I'm kicking it alongside with my man Deacon
Dirty.
And we got a special guest in the building, straight out of Columbus, Georgia. Am I right on that?
Well, I had time. Yeah, I've been everywhere. You can say Columbus is probably one of the spots that I've been in, but I'm actually born in California.
Oh, L.A., that's right, on the West Coast. That's right. But by way of...
Right.
Well, am I saying that right? How do you say that? Is it by way of? Which way comes first, the chicken or the egg? I don't remember.
By way of Cali, I guess.
It's by way of Cali. Okay, there we go. Yeah. By way of Cali. VonT is in the building. What's up, fam?
All right, what's up? What's going on, man? I'm glad to be here with y'all. Yeah, VonT, man. COVID 1278. TDO VonT, man. The hope in the house.
That's what's up. Yeah, I was talking to, I'm not sure the relation. I don't know if this management, PR, homegirl, I don't know what the deal, but we've been connecting back and forth, and she's like, "Yo, you gotta check out this artist VonT. You gotta get him on the show. Yada yada yada." I started going to my Googles, and I was like, "Oh, just snap! Yeah, let's make that happen." You know what I mean? So that's what's up. So I'm glad you took the time to, fight a ticket and everything to get here. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate it, bro. But yeah, man, we like to get a little introspective. We like to find out about our the guests that we have on, because we have them range from artists to politicians to whatever, you know what I mean? So we just like to get a little backstory to, so our audience can get a little bit more engaged and all that kind of stuff. Sure. So that way when you try to sell them the CD, they be like, "Oh, no, I know him. He cool." You know what I'm saying? I buy a CD. You know what I'm saying? So from California.
Right.
L.A., what part?
Sacramento.
Sacktown. That's what's up.
Yeah, capital.
What's that? Tupac said that from something to Sacktown, right? Right, that's what's up. Sacramento. What was life like in Sacramento in what era? Circa what?
So
80s, 90s?
That's why I wear the 80s babies.
Oh, there we go. Okay, I see you.
I was born in 85. My father was prior service military. Yeah, he met my moms and them out there in California, so that's where I kind of like where I came into the picture at. I was the last one of the bunch to come out. You know what I'm saying? The only boy. As far as my mama's side go, my dad had another son a little later on, but that's another story. Back when I was, he was little. He
the gap baby.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like something like that. But being in the military, my dad being in the military prior service, like we traveled around a lot, so I never really got familiar with one area. Okay. You know what I mean? Like we bounced around so much from just that military lifestyle. Like I was just exposed to a lot of different things. So like, even though that's why it was a little confusing, right? Because you say like, you're Columbus, Georgia. Right. But I was born in Cali. My music don't really have a West Coast feel, but it also don't have a down South feel. Right. I just do music because we've been everywhere. So like you
really pick up the vibe from everywhere.
I claim the world.
Yeah. So how is that a plus or minus or negative, I guess? From, kind of moving around a bit because of the, what they call him, a military brat.
I was wondering
is that what
how the Cali connection in Columbus, Georgia, your folks are in the military, so there's a base down in Columbus. So that's how
he retired. My dad was from Columbus, Georgia, so he retired and he took us and dropped us off right here, right here in Georgia. You just had to make the best of it. Right. So, as a kid, you can't really say no.
Right. That's what's up.
Was that a culture shock or something? Like.
I mean, I don't think it was a culture shock. More or less, it was just more like damn, like the ride stopped. This is where we ended at. And he ended his career where his hometown was. Okay, and that's kind of like where he wanted. We were all still fairly young then. I was going like 11. Okay, when we got here. And then parents ended up splitting at 13. So then I had to find a way to kind of make my way through. Navigating through. Just how down South folks was, big cornbread fed mother down here. Bro. You know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't built like that. You know what I'm saying? We small frame.
Right. They're gonna feed you now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's like, man, it's crazy. But I don't think it was a barrier. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't a culture shock or nothing like that. It took me a little bit of adjustment period. I was getting in a lot of trouble. As a kid, I think I was more acting out, just trying to find a way to express myself. Just being a kid, you know what I'm saying, going through the turmoil of parents going through a divorce, and I started acting out, got in a lot of trouble, and I had to find my creative edge.
Right.
It didn't come till later on though.
Now you said acting out. Do you think that is a result of your parents splitting?
It probably was, and I was just bad.
Okay.
I was a curious kid, I guess you could say. I was just, I never took somebody else's advice for word of mouth. I always wanted to see it myself.
Gotcha.
And I'm the one that's got to get his hand burnt by the stove in order to believe that the stove is hot. Kind of person. So it took me getting in enough trouble to realize that, hey, maybe this ain't what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? I like being free too much.
Right. Yeah.
Be trying to get myself in trouble and all that kind of mess like that. So I started to switch myself around when I started to get into sports.
Okay.
And then I found a way that was an awesome way for me to like channel my anger and channel some of my cause I'm like for the people who know me, like I work a lot. Like I'm always up, I'm always like full of energy.
Right.
And stuff like that. So like I had to find a way to be able to channel that energy, because like if I don't, like they was gonna put me on medication when I was younger. But my mom's decided not to do it, and I had to use that energy constructively. And so getting involved in sports like wrestling and sports like tennis and jiu-jitsu and track. I did pole vault. After I started getting involved in sports, I had a way to channel some of that energy that I was using just to be meddling all the time.
Gotcha.
And then that kind of like I was like, oh man, like this is nice right here, doing the right things. Ain't that bad,
Yeah, right. You know what I'm saying? It works out kind of nice, you know what I'm saying? That's what's up.
Yeah.
So when did the music come along? Because I know if I'm not mistaken, you started getting into hip hop like in high school.
Yeah. So music came around. I would say it really started when I was little. It started when I was younger. I would say that I always been an entertainer at heart. I was always, like I said, meddling, getting in trouble as a kid, and I was always the class clown. I was that guy, not sitting down when the teacher tell you to sit down, kind of stuff, and trying to make folks laugh. Outside of like doing the music, when I always had like my hand in and out of the entertainment as I was growing up. After I got out of high school, I started to do modeling.
Okay.
I did a little bit of DJing here and there. My sister played clarinet. I kind of was self teaching myself how to play piano and saxophone at the time. Okay. And so I kind of took that edge with it. And then I was also playing extras in movies and trying to doing that. I just like the aspect of the whole entertainment lifestyle, because it didn't give me no left and right barrier. It just kind of let me be that person that I want to be, and I love that. But at the same time, bills talk. You know what I'm saying? Bills will make you.
Yeah, he'll call you now. Bill will call you.
Bill talk. So, even though that's something I wanted to do, I realized, the realness of me having to have a job too and stuff like that. So like me getting involved in the music part, it really came as a kid. But I knew that wasn't going to put food on my table. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's kind of like where I kind of started to navigate towards maybe getting a job. But I knew I didn't want to do a job like customer service. I don't have those skills. I don't have the patience to take nobody's order. Like I mean,
welcome to Good Burger. You know what I'm saying?
And the ironic thing is, the crazy thing is I don't like taking nobody's order, and then I ended up joining the military
and
where
taking
I did nothing but taking orders.
Yeah, and this is a full circle, because I want to get there. I'm just trying to get us there. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot going on when it comes to you in the military right now.
Oh
right?
Yeah.
But I want to get there. So let's keep moving forward. You know what I mean?
Right.
So So after high school, you went to Columbus State?
That's right.
That's what's up.
I actually, like, after high school, so because I was such a problem child, right? I got in a lot of trouble. I wasn't on the degree plan for college prep.
Okay.
Like, when the school system kicked me out, I had a tech prep degree.
Okay.
They was getting ready to have they were getting ready to have me somewhere in somebody's warehouse doing some kind of construction work or something like that.
Right.
Me thinking I'm on the right track. Okay, I did these sports in high school. I'm good. I'm finna graduate. They was like, hold up, no, you didn't do all the work that you needed to do to get this college prep degree, dog. Here goes your tech prep.
Wow.
So what I ended up having to do was I ended up transitioning over to a private school, out of my own pocket, just because I wanted to take it serious in Atlanta called right here in Atlanta, AIU.
Oh yeah, yeah.
American Intercontinental. And then I went out there first, and then after that, I joined the military. Did the reserve thing because I always said I wanted to give 4 years back. But then I transitioned over after deployment, which we'll get to that. But I went to Columbus State after that as a adult continuing learning. Yeah. And then I went through, got the degree, and then after that, was
it criminal justice?
Yeah.
That's
criminal
what's
justice.
up. Yeah.
It was easy. That's why.
You said it was easy.
Just don't break the law. I mean,
right. Pretty much. You know what I'm saying? That's funny.
I flew through criminal justice.
Wow. Okay.
Had over a 3.0 GPA, got cum laude, I was a part of the debate team out there, ROTC,
wow.
I did the whole, I joined my fraternity out there, everything, like the whole nine, I did the whole thing out there. So it was great. It was a great experience. It was an awesome life-turning event as well.
Right. And so before you actually joined, you said you joined the reserves first, right?
Yeah.
Like, how does that work when you join the reserves first?
So like when I joined the reserves first, because this is what I was thinking, right? When I was in high school, I was sitting in English class when 9/11 happened. And it did something, it sparked something in me. And I wanted to join, but I knew my mentality as well. So I already knew that I have a problem with people telling me what to do. And I knew that. But I was like, okay, maybe I test it out. In the reserves, I can test it out. And so with the reserves, only thing I had to do was go to wear the uniform 1 weekend out the month and 2 weeks out the year for what they call an FTX, which is a field training exercise.
Okay.
And so for me, that was beneficial for me because, okay, I'm giving my years back. I said I was going to give.
Right.
I'm getting a little bit of money on the side over here, still get a chance to pursue this entertainment stuff. And then I got like a regular civilian job that kind of just teeters in between, the balance of the money that I'm getting from the reserves and me chasing the entertainment dream loosely, but really just kind of just focusing on just trying to make it, right? Kind of thing.
I feel you. So how long were you in the reserves before you decided to? Do you say enlist before you actually enlist, or what's the next?
Right. So the thing about the reserves is like some people join the reserves as officers, and some people join the reserves as enlisted.
Okay.
When I joined the reserves, I enlisted in the reserves, and the difference is between enlisted and officers is literally the college degree.
Gotcha.
Officers have a college degree while enlisted soldiers don't, which is why they call them non-commissioned officers, NCO, and the commissioned officers just don't have the non because that means they haven't been commissioned, but they're still officers. They're just non-college graduate officers, and they take orders from the ones that are. So when I enlisted, I first initially enlisted into the reserves, and I was going to stay enlisted. I stayed in the enlisted service. I was in the enlisted for 8 years.
Okay.
Deployed, enlisted, shot through the ranks, enlisted. Went from private to sergeant. You know what I'm saying? And then right before I got ready to graduate college, I actually ended up making staff sergeant. And then I was just like, and I never even got a chance to wear the rank because after I transitioned over from non-commissioned to commissioned, when I graduated, I went from staff sergeant to second lieutenant. And then bam.
Wow.
Then like less than a month later, I was out of Columbus in Fort Knox. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Teaching cadets and thoroughly immersed, so I didn't even really have a chance to really celebrate graduating college before I was like, 30 days later I'm out. I'm packing up my apartment and I'm headed to, headed to Kentucky, to train cadets.
So it sounded like you took to the military like fish to water, like it was like because you come from your family is a military family. So other than your father, who else was?
I have 5 uncles that were in the military. My sister's in the military, and then my nephew now is in the military.
Okay,
and I was in the military. So yeah, I mean, like as far as it, that being in the blood, it's in there.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. My sister's still in the Navy. And my dad, he was a retired master sergeant.
Okay.
One of the highest ranks you can get up in there. So he ran his house like
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like he was
like the military.
He did, for real. Yeah.
Yeah. How is that? Because you hear that a lot when people are so structured. Because my mother and my father was in the military, so they ran the house like that. Is that a good thing, or is that you know what I mean? Like, do you find yourself being that same way?
Nah, and that's the thing. My mom and my dad are so starkly different. It's crazy because my mom is from California, firecracker all the way.
Okay.
Rebel headed, say whatever she want
right.
to say, shoot words off the cuffs of her lips and don't think about it twice. And my dad is this organized military thinking brain that always has to have a plan and stuff. And so growing up in that household, they had a lot of, what I'm saying, there was always a lot of back and forth.
Okay.
Because he tried to run his house like that, and she wasn't
with that. Yeah.
So I feel like for me, I took the best of both of them. I took my father's organizational skills that he drilled in me, but then I also got my mom, don't give a F attitude, you know what I'm saying, and pretty much, I'm saying, I'm not going to let nobody take advantage of me. I'm let you know how I feel kind of stuff. And I kind of just combine those two together. So it's easy for me to work my way through the entertainment industry like that because I come with the organizational skills, but at the same time, I realize that people are not soldiers.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? People have their own lives and what they believe in, and I respect that space and their time for that.
Right.
But if I can show you a little better way to do it, unabrasively, let me show you a better way that this might work for you.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Okay. That's what's up. Now I learned just the other night. What was your MOS? I just learned that, you know what I'm saying? Let me talk this military talk real quick. You know what I'm saying?
All right. Yeah. So I had 3 MOSs, actually.
Okay.
When I first enlisted, when I joined, I was an 88 Mike. You know what that is?
No.
Okay.
I saw a lot of codes, bro. You know what I'm saying? I was like, not a clue. You know what I'm saying?
All right. So 88 Mike, man, shout out to the logistics area in the military. Now that's transportation. I was a truck driver.
Okay.
It's just a fancy word for a delivery guy. You know what I'm saying? And that's exactly how the recruiter told it to me, too.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? You delivery guy. 88 Mike, delivery guy. My second job when I commissioned, I became a chemical officer, which is a 74 Alpha.
Okay.
And the Alpha code on that really much just means officer.
Gotcha.
It means all source. It means like you're just all inclusive of whatever that entails. Meaning that they can task you out to do whatever.
Whatever, gotcha.
Yeah, without you being tied.
What's it say on your resume when they got your job description? Then the last one it says other duties as assigned or something like that.
Right. Right. So yeah, I was a chemical officer in my lieutenant years, and then as I moved forward and became a captain, I went off to the captain career course for being a captain, and then that was 35 Delta, which 35 Delta is an all-source intelligence officer. So I actually jumped around quite a bit before I was like settled out to where I wanted to be at. But I'm telling you, the only reason why I went active duty anyway, right, is because I told myself, I said, if I go to camp and I ace it in college, then I was like, I'm going to go active duty, and then what I'm going to do is if I get the job that I want, I'm going to go active duty. And I knew that there was only a couple of jobs that I wanted to take that actually had, credentials that were beneficial that I could use in the civilian world after I get out, just in case all else fails, and I know I can pull back on this and use it. And when I got intel, I had to go back. I can't lie to myself, so I went on my word, and I got active duty intel, so I went for it.
Yeah.
And that's what happened. That's how I ended up active duty. Otherwise, I would have still been on that teetering road of reserve officer.
Yeah.
Work a regular job and kind of chase my dream and not really know what I want to do, kind of thing.
Right. Now within that, you chasing your dream. You military, all 100, but you also chasing your dream, and your dream is bubbling now. Right. Your dream is making some noise. Yeah. In fact, your dream is is blowing up on the internet. I think millions views for a particular song in particular. Right. Turn off the lights.
Right.
Ruffle some feathers somewhere.
Yeah.
Military looking at you like, bruh, what you doing? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Now I saw the video. Then I rewind and watch again. No, I'm joking. Only saw it once. You know what I'm saying? Don't tell nobody. You know what I'm saying? And so, but I was checking out your music. I was like, oh, this is what's up. And then I saw the ruckus about this particular song, Turn Off the Lights. I said, let me check out the video and see what the big deal is. You know what I mean? I think I get what Turn Off the Lights is. When I saw the video, I was like, that's a different treatment. You know what I'm saying? I didn't think, you know what I'm saying? But I was trying to figure out, why the military would have gotten in their feelings about it. Right. To a degree, I think I can understand. Whilst at the same time, I'm like, but I ain't got nothing to do with military. It's, it's two different worlds. You know what I mean? Exactly. Because you wasn't talking about like shooting nobody and killing nobody in this song. I think that would have been kind of contradictory to the military in terms of just walking down the street, wanting to murder your ops. But
I mean, the military do that all the time.
They do it all day. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? That's what we do in the military. We murder our ops.
Facts. You might be on to something. You might be on to something. You're right. Yeah, absolutely right.
They drew that in our head at basic training. You know what I'm saying? There's a song that they make you listen to in basic training, a rock and roll song called Die Big Up for Them, Die Big Up for Them, Die. Wow. You know what I'm saying? It's a rock and roll song. How can I listen to that? But I can't listen to...
Yeah, straight out of Compton. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Right. Okay. Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. Like with the whole situation that happened there, is wild. It was really wild because I already dropped like 2 tracks before that traction, any traction before Turn Off the Lights happened. But I don't think that the military in itself as a whole organization is bad. And I don't think that the military in its whole organization in itself is racist. Right. But I do think that there are actors in powerful positions that operate rogue and do what they want to do and abuse their power. And that's the kind of situation that I ran into. And until that gets addressed, you know what I'm saying? Like I personally, from the reasons why I joined the military, as I said, when I was in English class, I wanted to join after I see 9/11. I fight oppression. Yeah. That's what I do. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And that's why, like, a lot of people and even myself, I go by the name of the hope, you know what I'm saying? Because I am the hope of change. Like, I will be the hope of change, and I will make sure that it don't happen. And so when this was happening to me, I had 2 choices I can make. I can either do what you're telling me to do, even though I know it's wrong, right? Or I can stand up for it. Yeah. And I chose to stand up for it.
Well, explain it so that people understand what's actually happening. So the song Turn Off the Lights, explain what the song is about, because I don't know if the song is the problem or was the video the problem. Which one is the problem?
So the thing that people got to understand about when we deal with white America is they have the power of litigation. And that is still something that we are still trying to catch up on as a whole culture, is the power of litigation. A lot of smoke and mirrors and misdirection. So, when I was brought this problem that they said was a video, they said, yeah, we don't like the video, but hold up, no, we don't like these lyrics on this particular line too, right here and right there. Right, and if you're not versed in trying to really figure out, reading between the lines of what they're talking about, you can just see that they're trying to cross their T's and dot their I's and making sure that they spin something that's illegal to make it legal, to make it pass over in the court system, to make it seem like you did something that you didn't do. And if you don't know how to read that, you're already at a disadvantage. Right, right. And that's kind of what happened with the music video. There was a specific guy, my boss, the boss that was my boss at the time, that didn't like me. He didn't like what I was doing, didn't like music, he don't like black people. Gotcha. And so in order to make that stick, we got to make this seem like he's doing something else. So what happened was, when that track dropped, I got hit with 3 charges. I got hit with first charge. It was like failure to remove my music video offline. I failed to give in a direct order. Right. Didn't remove it. The second one was publicly appearing in a music video that brought discredit upon myself in the United States military. Okay. The third one was making money without proper approval throughout the military, which that one was dropped because it wasn't making money. It was a hobby. Yeah. They made the other 2 stick, and they made the other 2 stick through their litigation skills and trying to make sure that they make sure that they code word stuff correctly, even though they weren't citing things right. Like when he said that, failure to obey a direct order to remove the music video, which I had submitted my whole paperwork to the media and everything. You can see within that paperwork there was never no direct order that was given. It was suggestive.
Gotcha.
That said, it's clear that you have musical talent, just use it appropriately. But it never said anywhere in there to take my music down.
Music down, right.
But the way that they can spin it behind closed doors to make it seem like I'm just being flat out disrespectful, to try to make it this illusion that I'm this problem, to try to build this paperwork.
Yeah.
And then the whole smoke and mirrors behind the, publicly appearing in the music video that brought discredit upon myself and my country. The real question that I had posed is how, hip hop music in itself is the only true music that was born here in America. This music was born based off of what we went through. You know what I'm saying? This is born right here. So it's like I'm trying to figure out how am I publicly appearing in something that is bringing discredit upon myself in the U.S. military when I didn't come from the same area that you came from. And so they had no response for that. They tried to get around that by saying, okay, look at this scene right here. This guy's holding a gun. He's got girls that are half naked in here. We don't like that. So they tried to kind of pivot.
Right.
In their response in that, and it just failed. It was a failed response all the way around. And what they thought was I was going to take that,
kind of cave in,
and let it go. And when they saw that I didn't, and I was going to go in for the long run on this, definitely when they saw that I contacted the public affairs and PAO office, and I started to go through the local news crews, and I went through all the military appellant systems, which are a joke. All the military appellant systems are a joke. They're not made to help the soldier at all.
Wow.
They're not. They're just not. There's a lot of stuff that gets swept under the rug, and it's unfortunate. You know what I'm saying? That those systems are supposed to be there to protect the soldier, but they're not. They're there to protect the people who are in charge. That's what they're there for.
So with that, because this is still ongoing. What stage is it in now?
So I'd be happy to announce for the first time on your interview show.
That's what's up.
As of 2 days ago, I am medically retiring. It was up in the air whether or not they were going to try to kick me out.
Gotcha.
Or whether I was going to retire. As of 2 days ago, I got the notification that my medical, my medical retirement overruled this whole situation.
Really?
So this the first time that I'm ever talking about it. I'm still trying to internalize it myself. Yeah. But I actually have a retirement date set for March 14th, 2022 is actually when I actually officially retire out of the military.
So what does that mean? Does that mean it gives you an honorable discharge? Wow. Because how many years were you in?
18.
18 years.
Yep.
Dang, boy. You was a soldier for real. You know what I'm saying? Wow. So do you think they allowed that so that it end the feud, so to speak, between you and the,
I think that the repercussions for the backlash it would be very dangerous for where we are at as a community right now. Because keep in mind, like before George Floyd, before Ahmaud Arbery, before Breonna Taylor, I was already going through this. This was a battle that had been going on since 2019, end of 2018.
Wow.
I've been going through this with these people. You know what I'm saying? So I had already been in the trenches fighting this battle, but then what ended up happening was Black Lives Matter happened.
Right.
And when that happened, spotlight started to get spotted on everybody who was doing something racist.
Yeah.
So then I'm thinking they was like, we might want to lay the pressure off a little bit, because I'm telling you, when I tell you that they was laying the pressure on thick before that happened, they were coming after my medical benefits. They were trying to stop me from getting surgeries, pulling apart my social media, trying to find out if I was involved in some kind of underground drug ring or something like that. Like they were doing the most. I say they were doing the most and trying to contact people who was on my team and stuff like that, and like trying to figure out, you know what I'm saying, and then my team would respectfully say, we're not telling you nothing.
Right.
We're not taking nothing down. Like we're not soldiers. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, they came real heavy paperwork wise, but then when that happened, crickets. You know, they started trying to back up then.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, you know, being a soldier that I am, no, like you brought this war, you brought this battle to me. I'm finna finish this.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm still on that crusade now because the fight is not over. Yeah, I won. I won. I'm retiring.
Yeah.
I'm getting out. I'm gonna get my benefits. I'm
away
good.
the whole package.
You know what I'm saying? My music career is good. I can leave that all behind right now and go forward and not even think about it anymore.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to. Because it's not right, and I don't think that, you know what I'm saying, I think that if I continue to fight right now, it's going to help somebody else's kid who's going to be coming in the military behind me who has those same aspirations, or maybe somebody who was already going through what I went through, but just didn't have
bow down to it.
They just didn't have what I was trying to get. You know, what I was trying to do, you know, because maybe they got intimidated a little bit too much. So maybe now, you know what I'm saying, if that story gets out there, we can really get change, at least in this area, and try to really get change in that department. So maybe this doesn't happen to the next soldier, you know what I'm saying, of minority or definitely of the black culture.
Right. So, but what is it that, you know, as a soldier that you can do outside of the military that they don't, I guess, for lack of a better, frown upon? Like, can you know, if you going to do your music, like, that's not frowned upon to do your music, correct?
No.
It's just what they consider to be, I guess, kind of a public embarrassment to the.
It's kind of like what I said before. It's those pockets of people who are within the military that have
homie
their
had
own
to been
bias.
like following you, you know, following your social media and everything.
Yeah,
just to know. Yeah.
My mom used to tell me all the time, you can guarantee he don't get no sleep at night. I'm a thorn in this inside.
Yeah.
Every day that I wake up, you know what I'm saying? Every day that I wake up and I'm doing something, because, you know, everything that we would talk about, I would just go to another podcast or a radio show or go to social media and I would talk about it.
Right.
And the issue that they were having is that by the time they tried to come after me, I think they may have thought that maybe I was somebody who didn't have a following already.
Gotcha.
Or somebody who wasn't connected the way that I was. But I was. And that's where they messed up at, is because once they started to apply the pressure, the only thing I started to do is pull in more actors on my side. And it's like just keep hitting that bee's nest, that wasp hive, and more people were getting agitated about it. You know, so I think after a while, somebody up higher must have told him to back off, because they were getting questioned by news crews on post. They had taken stories. You know, the military was getting questioned. It went all the way up to Raphael Warnock's office, and John Ossoff got investigated it, launched a congressional and launched a whole investigation on the unit out there in Augusta, Georgia. It started to get really, really heavy, and they saw that it was going to start getting heavier because I'm obviously not backing down off of this. So I think they thought the best way for them to tackle this situation is give him what he want, get him out of the military, and then maybe his voice will go away, because he will go from being an active duty officer to a veteran. And most people, when they look at veterans as just disgruntled and complaining. That's what they look at veterans as. But if I'm doing this as I'm an active duty officer and I'm telling you that this is happening to me as I hold this commission rank in my hand right now, that's a game changer. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling y'all right now that's a game changer, because I am a commissioned officer. You know, I got over 100 awards, you know, deployed and fought for this country.
Wow. Lost
friends, seen combat. I see, you know, my own PTSD doctor. I take medication myself, and I get treated like this. After 18 years in the service, this is where I get treated at. You know, no communication with my unit for years. Sitting at the house, not doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? Just a shadow in the back. Just thought that I would fade away.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I know that's, you know, the thing that happens to a lot of veterans, that is kind of, you know, I don't know. I always think about, like, dang, how come, you know, these men and women who have fought for this country 15, 20 years and they retire and you know, and they out here struggling and can't get the benefits, or, you know what I mean? All that kind of stuff. I'm like, it seemed like, you know, the military would be like, no, we got you. But, you know, I always see commercials for, what you gonna say?
Wounded Warrior Project.
Wounded Warrior Projects.
I mean, look at this stuff's been going on for decades. Look at a lot of the veterans that came out of Vietnam.
Was that the Agent Orange? And all that kind of stuff. You know, suffering.
You want to check out how veterans are really treated? Look up something called Skid Row. All right.
That's what I was going to ask you about. Yeah.
Yeah. You want to see how veterans are really treated. That's the real truth. And I did, an interview where we talked about Skid Row, and I was humbled enough that they actually asked me to talk about my military story on there. And so me doing it in VonT true fashion, I showed up on the podcast with a military uniform on, with my beard. With my hair and everything, why hide it, right? You know what I'm saying? This is what's going on with me. I'm going to show people what's going on while I'm active duty, not a veteran. So I needed to talk about, all of the stuff that's going on that I saw on my side, and then listening to the stories.
Yeah, we're talking about the Skid Row because, what was highlighted there? Yeah,
it's unfortunate, there's like a whole community. There's like a whole community of soldiers, veterans, a tent community. You should call it like a tent community of soldiers who've literally been thrown off to the side. So I feel it. You know what I'm saying? Because it could happen to me while I'm active duty. Soldiers who, have their tents, staged out of government buildings, letting them know, I need help. Some people just they just ain't there no more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But society, especially out there on the Skid Row, which is where it's real prevalent at, you can see that, you know what I'm saying? They're just individuals who serve their country that need some help. They need some help. A lot of people don't want to be on the drugs that they on and stuff like that out there and struggling from like the way they are. But the systems are not in place, and that's how I know, you know what I'm saying? If it happened to me, it probably happened to some of them, and it's going to continue to happen unless we do something about it.
Yeah, no, that's crazy. And you said you suffer from PTSD. Is it as a result of what you've seen over there?
Oh yeah. I lost friends. You know what I'm saying? I sent back friends, belongings and paperwork back to their loved ones. My platoon sergeant got shot. When I got questioned in the military, they questioned me on my awards and my wartime experience, brought back a lot of trauma.
Yeah.
A lot of issues that I had that happened with me. We had one guy get shot in the face. We had another guy. We had a couple of people die and everything like that. So yeah, like talking to them really helped me out too. But at the same time, like I take bad stuff that's happened and I turn it into energy.
Yeah.
And I know that's, even though the psychologists even said that's not a skill that you see often in people, and usually they turn that into something negative.
Yeah.
I don't know how I was able to do that.
Right.
I don't know where it comes from, but I was able to turn a lot of negative stuff that's happened to me into some positive energy. And so yeah, I take my medication, man. I see my folks. It's part of my rating, part of my disability rating. And I just like for the veterans that are out there that is not getting the assistance that they need, like I feel bad for them too. And I feel bad for the active duty soldiers that are not getting the assistance that they need, knowing that the systems that are in place don't work.
Wow.
So there's a lot of work to be done. There's a lot of stuff that civilians don't see that happens in the armed service that I have knowledge to, and I have plans to change. So I feel like my goal, you know what I'm saying, is bigger than just entertainment at this point.
Right.
I didn't want it. I didn't want that, but that's what happened to me. So I gotta take it, you know what I'm saying, because that's what's been bestowed on my shoulders. So I gotta do that. At least until it, change comes, or at least it's gonna kill me in the one way or the other.
Yeah. Wow. You also want you to talk about Symbiotic music. That's your label, right?
Right.
So that's the label you started.
Yeah.
When you started that in 2017?
I started it in 2017. Did my research in 2017. Launched it at the end of 2017, and right around the same time I launched my first single. So I kind of created the label as a way to kind of boost myself.
Yeah.
Over just dropping a single and saying, hey, check out my new single. I actually have something else that I bring to the table. Check out my new single. By the way, if you need consulting advice or maybe something like this, or maybe I can connect with you.
Right.
I can do that. And at the same time, having my own label actually enabled me to be able to submit my own music to platforms like iHeart and Pandora right out of the gate from getting started. I didn't have to wait on that. I don't got to wait for somebody to co-sign it. Like I co-signed myself.
Yeah.
Because I got the label. I did that. So that was kind of like my that was like my first partner was my own label to my own single.
Yeah.
That kind of like got my name out there in the first place.
Why'd you choose that name?
I was going to ask, is that a
because I know what it means.
Carnage or Venom?
Right.
Oh yeah, I definitely want to ask about that.
Right, one and the same. You know, the symbiotic music. You know, you see the spider symbol in the M.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying, with the microphone. It would be like one and the same with the helmet. You know
Bro,
what I'm
that
saying,
is
on
dope.
the back.
Right.
You know what I mean? And where the name comes from is that
I look at the Predator on that.
Yeah,
too.
both.
Yeah.
I don't have one specific sound that makes me me. I don't dress like everybody else. I don't sound like everybody else. And my music is definitely not the same as everybody else's. And so when I thought about the name Symbiotic Music, I thought about the name of the character Venom from the comic books first. That's where it first originated from. And when you think about it, the Venom suit in itself is just an alien suit. But it needs something. It's got to latch on to something.
Right.
It needs that host in order for it to be complete. It can't do it by itself. But then the human can't do it by itself either.
Right.
You need both of them.
Need both, yeah.
And the thing about the suit is that even though it picked the character, the iconic character, which is Venom, throughout Marvel history, that suit has attached itself to different Marvel characters, and you always see a variation of that in them at the same time. My music is symbiotic music because when I do jump in different genres, I feel like we move like that suit does into different genres. So you hear that music's genre, you hear that genre of music, but then you also hear us in there.
Right.
So that's kind of like where I came up with that name from.
Right.
So like when I talk about my music label and my kind of music to artists, I don't just talk to hip hop artists. I talk to EDM artists.
Yeah.
I talk to rock stars. I talk to R&B singers. Anybody who makes music, because I have a very open mind just when it comes to the creativity of making music. And so that's why I think it's going to be definitely a contender in the future.
Yeah.
Because it allows you a place to be yourself as long as you know how to command your audience.
Yeah.
And as long as you know how to network your craft, then Symbiotic Music will definitely be the label to be part of, because it is not genre specific. Just do you.
Just do you.
You know what? I'm glad we got there. I was gonna wait to the end, but since we're here, dead or alive, who would you like to work with?
Dead or alive? Yeah. Artist wise?
Yeah. Any genre, dead or alive.
I'm telling you, if you probably heard this before, and I have my own reasons for it, but it would definitely be Michael Jackson. And the only reason why I say that is because even with all of the love of all of the genres that I have, I've never seen anybody command people from a child to an adult the way that he has done it.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it throughout nobody in history. No artist in history has commanded the type of respect in their audience that he has, even in his death to this day.
Right.
Even if I didn't work with him, I would have just loved to just have just one conversation with the guy, just because it would just seem like it's so unreal. Like when I can go back through and I can watch one of his music videos that came out before I was even thought of, and I'm looking at the amount of talent.
Yeah.
Just the amount of talent.
He's a workaholic from what I hear. He's a workaholic.
Right.
And he was a perfectionist too.
Yeah, I don't know if you've seen the documentary, the one right before he passed. Well, it didn't come out till after, I believe. This Is It.
This Is It, yeah.
That he was working on that big tour that he was getting ready to do, man. The work, if you just watch what he was doing just in that, you're like, good Lord. He was hearing every little small little thing. Yeah, but no, I'm hearing this, and you need to be doing this, not that.
And that's
like, how do you hear that? Because you know what I'm saying? He was just crazy with it, man.
And that's crazy.
Yeah.
And I consider my work ethic to be very, very, very strict. But when you hear about it, like the way you guys, we talk about that, it was nowhere near where his is at. It was nowhere near where his was at. So like if you ask me that question 10 years from now, it's probably still be the same, and it's just because I envy his work ethic. I envy his command presence, and I just envy the amount of time he stuck with it.
Yeah.
A star from day one.
Yeah.
And the fact that he was one of us, it's just it was amazing.
Yeah,
it was amazing to see it. A little bit of
the
it.
stand from him would have been like the ultimate.
Heck yeah,
referral.
Right. Just the boost in confidence, just the boost in your whole life. You know what I mean? Like,
who I work with,
Mike. Right. You know what I'm saying? Kovu 1278. What is that? I heard you explain it, but explain it to our listeners.
Right. So like I said, when I was younger, I used to get into a lot of trouble. And for people who are not familiar with the Lion King movie, Lion King 2, there was Scar's adopted son, which his name was Kovu. And even though his son was adopted, he was still looked at as a problem because he looked like his father. And that we went by the name of the Kovus. We called ourselves the Kovus, what I'm saying? Because we felt like we were just misunderstood by the way that we looked and we carried ourselves. And so I kind of took that name for one, and then I kind of combined it with, my numbers, you know what I'm saying? Because it just, the name in itself meant so much to me in itself. And for the numbers, 1278, when I got my number scheme, you know what I'm saying, there's 24 hours in a day. So what I feel like, 12 of them hours I'm working, regardless. I'm working 12 of them hours. Even if I'm just relaxing or hanging out with friends, the other 12 are trying to sleep. But I know 12 hours of them day I'm working. So that's where my 12 come from. The 7 is 7 days a week. All right. And the 8 is always with all 8 eyes open, for the spider.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's where my 1278 come from. So, when I say it, when I chant it, when it's on my music, that's what it means. That's what it stands for. You know what I'm saying? That's my thing. I got it tatted on me. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
It's going to be on me till I die. So, I believe in that.
Yeah.
Because I do believe in taking baby steps at a time towards your goal. You may have a big picture in your head, but it'll always only be a picture unless you ever take a step towards trying to get it done. And I feel like if you was to dedicate, a couple of hours a day to whatever it is you want to do, whether it is being a doctor,
right.
A dentist, or what I'm saying, an engineer, man, whatever. As long as you take a little bit of time throughout every day to just trying to understand what's the next step. You don't have to see the whole thing right now, but as long as you know what your next step is and you put a couple of hours a day towards trying to get it done.
Right.
For me, it's 12. It might be different for other people, but for me, it's 12. Then I know that you are going to see the results that you're looking for. There ain't no excuse for it.
Yeah.
It's all we got left on the earth is time. And at the end of the day, that's all that matters is your time. That's it.
Absolutely.
And what you do with it.
Yeah. And it seems like you move with everything has a significance for you. Like you're not just haphazardly out here. You know what I mean? Everything has a rhyme and a reason. You know what I mean? So it's like, if you're going to do this, this is why I'm doing it. I'm not just over here to be over here. I'm not doing this just to be doing this. Even in your fight, post military, it's not just because, I want everybody to see you. It's like there's people coming behind you that, need to, that you fighting for, that you standing up for, that won't even ever meet you. You know what I'm saying? But they're gonna go through that same struggle. May meet a sergeant or whatever similar to the one that's been hounding you. And it's like, but somebody fought for this, so I ain't got to go through that. You know what I'm saying? So now that's what's up. What kind of reactions you get when you show up with the helmet with the Predator joint?
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Oh, you look. Oh, that's what's up.
Crazy reaction.
Yeah.
People love it.
Yeah.
I'm in the airport or whatever, and people might notice me. You go out to eat somewhere and people say they notice me, or get a tattoo and somebody say they notice me. They know it because of my helmet.
Right.
You might not know who I look like. You might not know who I look like, but when you see me wearing that, when you see that, you'll automatically remember, what song of mine.
Right.
Because it's that unique, you know what I'm saying? People be wanting me to take pictures with it on and stuff like that, and it's always like a crowd attraction. No matter where I go. And some people tell me that their kids actually think I'm like some kind of cartoon character, superhero, because I do make animated cartoon music videos too. Which one just dropped yesterday called Long Time. It's an EDM one.
That's what's
up.
And
so that really appeals to eat my EDM lovers. And my kid thinks you're a fucking superhero or something.
Right.
So I had to calm him down because he was jumping in front of the TV screen. I get these conversations and people tell
That's
me
funny.
that, and that just like I'm like humbled. Like I'm very flattered. You know, your kid could be listening to anybody in the world, and he's humping around, jumping in front of the TV screen, listening to some of my music, to all those colorful, you know, lights and stuff that are flashing in his face. So it's like,
no, that's what's up. So if you wasn't doing music, which I don't know how you wouldn't be, but if you was, let's talk about you got a project that you, what's it called? Don't tell me. I know the name of it. It's a series.
Oh yeah.
Beware. What's the name of it?
Betrayal.
There we go. I know it would be something.
I didn't want to tell you because I feel like it was like right here.
No, I was like, I'm gonna find it.
Get it.
I didn't have it in my notes. See, I had it in my tip. I said, I'm gonna remember this. I can remember that. And Betrayal.
Right.
I didn't get a chance to check it out yet, but I went to the site, the film, your man's who did it.
Yeah.
I said, oh, cool. All right, now I see. I'm gonna go back and check this out. But how did you get into acting? What prompted that?
Well, you know, like I was, like I said, I was saying a little earlier, like I played extras in movies.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was always doing something like that. So I think I always kind of like maybe always had like a natural talent for just being a clown. You know what I'm saying? Just doing stuff. And so like, you know, when he came to me about that one, you know, he actually played in my my music video / short film called Enough. Okay. That I filmed out there in California. Jay Horn is actually a very, you know what I'm saying, smart guy in the way that he's been moving through Hollywood out there in Cali. He's got hundreds of thousands of followers and subscribers on YouTube and on his platforms. And he works with some of the best upcoming talent in the culture right now. So for him to even approach me to ask me if I wanted to be part of his series, you know, just based off of seeing the work that I did in my Enough video, I was again humbled at that. But that's kind of like where that opportunity kind of came in at. And yeah, I already had like kind of like a half kind of resume for that, you know, area already. Yeah. And then you know what I'm saying, I'm in entertainment, so it kind of goes hand in hand a little bit, you know, shooting.
And y'all shot that on the West Coast.
Yeah, we shot a lot of scenes on the West Coast. There's 2 episodes out right now. And I just talked to Jay the other day, and he does plan on kicking that up again. So we got more episodes that are going to come out. He did let me know he's waiting for his 2022 budget to kick in.
Gotcha.
And so then we can start shooting some more of those episodes so we can really start getting those streamlined in. So that's going to become really busy. Yeah. That opportunity actually opened up another opportunity in New York for me to shoot another movie that's coming out called Zombie with a Shotgun. I had to go look it up and see what they were talking about. Yeah. They got the first one out, and they got part 2 coming. They liked the work that they saw in that. Okay. Had to check them out, make sure we checked them out. They got like somewhere close to 1 million subscribers and viewers and supporters. So that's something that I can get behind. Yeah. You know, once we take a trip out there to New York, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna touch bases with them and see what they talking about, see where we gonna work with that, you know what I'm saying, with that part. So
yeah, that's what's up. Well, I get ready to say, I was about to say, so what's next for you, but I think I already know. You know what I'm saying? It's more music, more film, like more television, more exposure.
I've been
you know what I'm saying?
I've been traveling around with CEP-TV's, you know, LaShawn the Voistress, you know what I'm saying? She's an awesome, you know what I'm saying, she's awesome, you know what I'm saying. We've been networking and working together because it just benefits both of us, you know, with her being, you know, she runs the TV show and she owns her own TV show. I mean, so like with her being media and being able to get places that I can't, that puts me to one up over artists. And then at the same time, with her being able to get places that I can get as being an artist for media, then get in behind the scenes with other people, it works out for both of us. So it only made sense that we started working with each other. So we have been traveling a lot of places together and working and building, you know what I'm saying, real solid teams of like dope artists and just dope collaborators and promoters. And this new single that is coming out, you know, we've been traveling around and I've been going to state and performing. It's a track called Anything For You. It's featuring this 2-time Grammy winning artist named Timothy Bloom out of California. And he's on the track. So I've just been like shopping it around this year and just performing it. And I promise you, if you know what I'm saying, I can't make this up. I can't make this up. Everywhere that I have performed this track at, we get calls about it. We get calls about it. We got people that are driving from one city to another to see the performance.
Wow.
We got people still calling us even while we were coming into this interview talking about this single, you know what I'm saying? And people just, ready for this track to drop. DJs asking for it. And I'm just like, it's not out yet. It's not out yet. But when it's out, I'm gonna let you know, but it's not out yet. We, my management team is in Virginia. They go by the name of G-Man Management.
Okay.
And there's an engineer, a dope engineer out of Virginia named Riffic, and he's working on the track right now. But the way that the track came about, its origins is crazy because first, my own engineer that I work with out of Atlanta was working on it, and then he got kind of busy with some other stuff, but I didn't want my track to sit. So then I gave it to the engineer in Virginia, and then he started working on it. And then we got the music video for it that's going to be shot in February.
That's what's
right
up.
after I come back from Minnesota in January. But there's a whole bunch of other stuff that's in between there.
Yeah.
I literally think I would have to have another hour with you just to tell you the schedule that is laid on for how much stuff that is coming up here. The rest of this year and next year. I mean, just in a few days, I'm finna go to Texas and perform.
Okay.
So I'll be out there performing in Texas. So it's just a lot, man. It's a lot.
Nah, that's what's up. Well, hopefully it'll be soon because I know we're supposed to been doing a double situation, sitting down talking to you and also sitting down talking to LaShawn Patrice. But we're gonna reschedule that. We're gonna get her to definitely come on so she can share what's going on in her world, and then at that time we can catch up with what's going on back in your world, you know what I'm saying, and really just get a full circle moment of what's happening. You know what I mean? But I like what you're doing, man, and I see you out there making moves. And when I started hearing about the military thing, I was like, wow, that's crazy. I never even think that the military would even care about what's happening like that. But I guess they pay attention to everything.
Almost like when NWA got the letter from the FBI.
Yeah, I got a letter from the government the other day. There's some Chuck D up in his joint, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's kind of crazy, you know what I'm saying? But if people want to find out more about you, where can they find you? The website, your social media, and all that good stuff.
Oh yeah, I'm on all social media platforms. I'm on all streaming platforms. I can guarantee you that you will not be disappointed if you go to my Pandora station. You will absolutely love it. I mean, because of the way that I have
you got
my
a
music.
Station on Pandora.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah.
So they can just type in VonT.
Yep.
Oh, nice. That's what's up.
And it's when my station pops up, it's the way that it's curated. It's curated amongst all of the best and the hottest music that's out. It's not just it's not this you go to VonT radio and you listen to all VonT songs.
Right.
Nah, mines are sprinkled in there, but it's sprinkled in there with finesse with a lot of the other goats that are in this thing. And we talking about like J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar's on the thing, Lil Wayne's on. I mean, like my Pandora station is very lit.
That's what's up.
But you can find me on all the other social media platforms too at Kovu1278 at Kovu1278 or you can just type in VonT, VON-T on any platform. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to pop up. I guarantee you I'm going to pop up because I had to fight for the trademark for it. So I know I'm going to pop up. So put the work in and just make it easier for people to be able to find me. So.
Yeah. Now stateside, where would you say your biggest fan base is?
It would probably be West Coast. Because that's where I shot most of my music videos at. That's where the Cali vibe is way different from down south vibe.
I can hear when you talk. I can hear.
Yeah, it's way different. They're just more like, okay, like for an example, like I'll meet somebody here in Georgia or in the ATL area and I'll be like, hey, bro, guess what? I do music. And he's like, that's what's up, bro. I do music too. We're like, all right, let's connect. Let's link. I was like, bet. And we'll dap each other up and then we leave. And then that's it. California, you tell somebody, hey, bro, I do music. He's like, hey, bro, I do music too. What's going on? Let's connect. And he's like, all right, yeah, let's connect. Bro, I got a showcase tonight that's going on, dog. Like it's down the street.
Right.
Let me give you my man's number. Let you hit him up. Let him show you what you got. That's the kind of vibes that are out there in Cali.
Gotcha.
So you might get like 2 or 3 showcases just off of a regular conversation by just taking a taxi or something, on an Uber out there in California. You might be in somebody's showcase that night.
Wow.
And those are the different vibes. And I don't know if it's just because the city's more condensed. Maybe people are more forced to interact with each other a little more in California than here. But I have heard that could be the case because people come out here to be like, why is everything so spaced out? 'Cause I don't know if that's the reason or not, but I do know with all the venues so close together and everything just about 30 minutes to 20 minutes away, like I'm going over here to LA, I'm going over here to Compton, I'm finna go over here in this city over here. I'm taking a trip to Venice in a minute, like, you know what I'm saying? You hit like 3, 4, 5 shows in one day. You know, so they always looking for talent. I was walking around in the beach out there in California, and the dude gave me the microphone as I was walking when we were shooting the music video. He's like, spit something on the mic. He was like, spit something on the mic real quick. He gave me the mic, he put my song on, and I started, you know what I'm saying,
going for it.
I was like, cool.
Nah, that's what's up. Wow.
So I guess you can honestly say you're walking your path. That's what you're supposed to be doing.
Right, exactly. You know what I mean? But no, that's good, man. You know, there's some good stuff, man. You know, like I said, I was trying to see what the big deal was about the song. Then I saw the video twice, and you know what I'm saying? Then I said, you know what I mean? I'm like, why the military so upset? You know what I'm saying? Let the man live. You know what I mean?
Well, they get mad when they can't benefit from it. You know what I'm saying? That's the problem. Like, and I tell people this all the time. You know, you turn on the TV shows and you look on the commercials, I guarantee you that any commercial or TV show that's playing, they got our culture's music playing in the background.
Yeah.
It's our culture's music. But when they ain't cutting on that money and they think that you making it, they finna come for you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's the problem. Because had my single went viral, had I blown up big, I guarantee the government would have dropped the statement already and saying we don't condone what happened with VonT and his music, and we support hip hop and the African American culture and blah 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 and all of this. And then I know the blanket statements are finna come out and the apologies to my mother and my father are coming too, and I already know all of that's coming. That's coming. It's still coming. You know, but I'm over here saying it right now. I know it's coming, and I don't accept it. The only thing that I'm accepting is change. That's what I want. That's what I'm after.
That's what's up. Yeah, well, VonT, man, I certainly appreciate you coming through, man, and kicking it with us and sharing your story. I'm glad you walking away from that situation with your benefits, with your package, and you know that everything is still being taken care of, because you know it. You know, when you hear the stories of the vets, man, and like you mentioned, Skid Row and all that kind of stuff, man, it's sad stories, man, and you know we need more, you know, stories like this to come out on the positive side. You know, people walking away, you know, good. You know what I mean?
I will potentially be throwing, you know, a retirement bash right here in the ATL.
Oh, that's what's up.
That's gonna be maybe March. Was it March 26th? Yeah.
Okay.
It'll be March 26th, and so you know, you guys are more than welcome. You know what I'm saying?
It'll be a little warmer then.
It's not gonna be your typical retirement party. I can guarantee that.
Right.
Because I ain't finna have. I'm just tell you this, it ain't gonna be no typical retirement party, and it ain't gonna be none of that other stuff that you've been seeing, like when people be retiring. This is gonna be lit. You know what I mean? So come on out there.
Has your team found a venue yet, or you don't want to say right now?
Can we say maybe?
It's not official, but yeah, we have found.
It's not official, but Club Vision? Fusion? Club
Fusion. Yeah, I heard that. Yeah. Okay.
So, you know what I'm saying? There's still some stuff we working on, but yeah, like it's gonna be up.
All right, that's what's up. Yeah, well, definitely keep us posted so I can pull up.
I've been rolling with Benzino a lot lately too. So I mean, we're trying to work on getting him out there.
Okay.
Know? I've been at 2 showcases with him already, and I plan on seeing him again near future. So I mean, we gonna definitely talk and see if I can, you know, get him to pull up, you know what I'm saying, and a couple of other people, you know what I'm saying, you know, promoter, you know what I'm saying, Jay Hells and Richie Snow, man, and then like, you know, they got like dope artists, you know, that are on their team as well.
Right.
Been showing me love and my team love and Symbiotic music team love. So we, like I said, we building this team, and now when I get this retirement date and they take this leash off me, man, I'm telling you, it's finna get crazy. It's gonna get. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
Right. That's what's up. It's your boy G-Wade holding it down, G-Wade Podcast, and I'm kicking it alongside with my man D again.
Dirty.
Y'all know what it is. Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your boy G-Wade holding it down, and I want to thank you all for tuning in to this episode of the G-Wade Podcast. Now be sure to subscribe to this channel. Click that notification bell to stay up on all the latest videos and content that we post. And we just appreciate everything.
Oh, and don't forget to follow us on Facebook and Instagram at G-Wade Podcast. Till then.